So at the end of the day, the goal is to build the biggest thing possible and as fast as you can, because we are all so excited to build. And we were thinking about this. We're like, well, in order to build the biggest thing possible, should we start Arrae, and then should we add on a second line of pet supplements to this? And then should we do, clothing? And then we were really thinking of all these options, and we're like, well, no, because if you were to do that, then you need more team members, and all of a sudden you get distracted. And we're having such a hard time even doing this one thing. Why would we do the second? And then in the process of thinking big, you realize the actual way to get to that end point of being as big as you want to be is actually focusing on one thing and doing it as well as you can. And what I would notice about myself is whenever I would go and speak to people who were doing, more things than I would be doing, that company was never bigger than my company. But the entrepreneurs would always speak as if they were doing more than me. And I was like, this doesn't really make sense. And then when I go speak to people who are actually doing it, they're just doing a few things, but doing it really, really well. And it's a matter of a little bit of experience, because this experience from working in other companies where we've just focused on very few things and done them really well. And also just like talking to other people it's just so blatantly obvious that the biggest companies have founders who are focused on nothing but just the company, and they don't need, it's more of an ego thing than it is like, oh, let me go and actually execute on the company.
Also, I think that one of the I guess like curses, quote unquote, of being an entrepreneur is you have a lot of ideas, okay? And like you think that a lot of things are good ideas, and it's not that things are not good ideas. It's just that time is a finite resource, and if you can't focus on one thing and like doing it really, really fucking well, I feel like you lose the plot, and it's so tempting to be like, oh my God, like there's that idea. No one's really done it. And it would be so great but no, just like keep on doing the thing that you're doing.
No, you're 100%. Somebody, I'm not going to say what and how much, but somebody came to me with an opportunity the other day. And I said, unless it is going to be X amount of revenue or money per year, I'm absolutely not interested. And we're not talking like, it wasn't like, oh, this is a little bit. It was like a good amount. But I'm like, unless it's this level, I can't. And the reason I said it is it's all opportunity cost. Yeah. If I start focusing on this, even if it's a meaningful, like quote unquote number, but it takes away from the main thing that I'm building, it actually costs me more to do that, right? And this is where people get fucked up and they get distracted. It's like, oh, okay, I've got this thing. And now I'm like, I hear all these people talking about building multiple revenue streams. I don't think they think about this the right way. It's like you can build one really, really strong revenue stream that could be massive, and then maybe you can get some passive activities. But if you're trying to build 2 or 3 active revenue streams, you're just going to diminish the first one.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, I think that in order to do something really well, you need a lot of intense focus and just intentionality behind what you're doing.